The moment the speakers crackled to life, a hush fell over the crowded room. Glasses froze midair, laughter cut off, and the easy rhythm of background music died into silence. Then came her voice, my wife's voice, breathy, trembling, and intimate in a way no one in that room had ever heard before. God, I can't wait until he leaves for his business trip again. You make me feel alive. My chest tightened, my jaw locked, and I watched her across the room. My wife. She stood with her colleagues, champagne in hand, smiling like she owned the night. But as her own words echoed from the speakers, her face drained of color. She didn't even try to laugh it off. She just froze. The silence wasn't empty. It was heavy, suffocating. A few people shifted uncomfortably, eyes darting between me, her, and the speakers. My pulse roared in my ears. I hadn't planned to do it this way. For weeks, I carried that recording in my phone, like a burning coal I couldn't drop. I told myself I'd confront her privately, maybe at home, maybe in the car. But every time I looked at her, every time I saw her effortless smile, every time she kissed me goodnight, I couldn't bring myself to break the illusion. I wanted to believe her. I wanted to believe us. Until tonight. The company's annual gala. She begged me to come, said it meant the world to her. Said she wanted me by her side, her rock. I thought maybe, just maybe, I was wrong. Maybe the recording was a mistake. But standing there among her coworkers, hearing her laughter ring too brightly, seeing the way her boss touched her elbow just a little too comfortably, something inside me snapped. So I pressed play. And the world stopped. Emma's lips parted, but no words came out. Her eyes, wide, panicked, wet, searched for me across the room. Everyone followed her gaze. David. She finally choked, her voice brittle. Don't. I cut in louder than I intended. My voice cracked through the silence, rough and sharp. Don't you dare. A ripple of whispers broke through the crowd. Her boss stepped back, his jaw tight, eyes darting between us like he'd stumbled into a gunfight. I felt hot and cold at once. My hands trembled. Anger surged, but beneath it was heartbreak so deep it felt like a wound that would never close. She took a step toward me, her heels clicking too loudly in the silence. Please, she whispered. Not here. Let's talk about this. No, I said, and my voice shook. We'll talk about it right here. With your friends. With your boss. With everyone who thinks we're the perfect couple. Her eyes glistened, and for a moment I saw the woman I loved, the woman I thought I knew. I wanted to take her hand, pull her away, pretend none of this was real. But the recording still played in my head, over and over. Her voice, full of longing for someone else. The room seemed to shrink. I could feel every stare pressing into my back. My mind raced, fragments of memory colliding like broken glass. The late nights at the office. The sudden interest in fitness. The way she guarded her phone like it was made of gold. The excuses that I brushed aside, telling myself she was tired, stressed, busy. God, I wanted to believe her so badly. David, it's not, she faltered, glancing at the sea of faces watching her unravel. It's not what you think. Then tell me, I demanded, my throat tight. Tell me what it is. Because it sure as hell sounds like you're waiting for me to leave so you can. My voice cracked and I swallowed hard. So you can be with him. She shook her head furiously, tears threatening to spill. It was a mistake. Just a stupid mistake. He doesn't mean anything to me. You're my husband. You're the one I love. The words twisted like knives. I wanted them to be true. I wanted to cling to them, to the years we'd built, to the home and the memories and the promises whispered in the dark. But the recording was still there. Proof. I turned away, staring at the glittering chandeliers above us. The light refracted in sharp, blinding shards. My heart felt heavy, each beat dragging me deeper into despair. You don't get to say that anymore, I whispered, more to myself than to her. Someone coughed. Someone else shifted. The party was dead, but no one moved. They wanted to see the train wreck. They wanted to see what came next. Emma reached for me, her hand trembling. David, please. Don't destroy us like this. Not here. We can fix it. I can fix it. Her words rang hollow, but my chest ached. Part of me wanted to believe. Part of me wanted to collapse into her arms. Let her convince me. Let her rewrite the truth. But another part, stronger, sharper, knew the truth could never be undone. I pulled back just out of her reach. The look in her eyes shattered me. Desperation. Shame. Fear. You already destroyed us, I said softly, but the words cut louder than any shout. The tension snapped. People started murmuring, moving, trying to pretend they weren't devouring every second. Her boss muttered something about giving us space and slipped away, but not before I caught the flicker of recognition in his eyes. He knew. Maybe he was the one. My stomach turned. I couldn't stand there anymore. My chest burned, my throat ached, and the air felt poisoned. I shoved the phone back into my pocket and walked out, my steps unsteady but determined. Behind me I heard her voice break. David, wait, please. But I didn't. I pushed through the glass doors into the cold night air. The chill slapped my face, but it didn't clear the fog in my head. My vision blurred, not from the wind, but from tears I'd held back too long. On the sidewalk I stopped, my hands on my knees, my chest heaving. Everything we'd built, years of trust, laughter, fights, reconciliations, collapsed in an instant. And I couldn't tell if I was angrier at her for betraying me, or at myself for not seeing it sooner. Maybe I'll never know why she did it. Maybe I'll never know if it was just one time or 100. But the recording, the way she froze, the silence of that room, it was enough. The truth had finally spoken louder than the lies. And as I walked away into the night, I knew there was no going back. Red Heart, if you found this story gripping, please consider subscribing to my channel. Every new subscriber helps me keep creating more stories like this. Let's hit that 1K milestone together. Your support means everything.